Hi, guys. This is Rodney Walker, and I'm so excited on the day to bring a special guest. And this is one of my clients that I've been able to help by the name of Alex Dunn. She's also known, AKA, as the Millionaire Grant Lady. Welcome, Alex.
Hi, Rodney. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. Alex, you've been doing some grant writing for a while and been doing a wonderful thing. Tell me about real quickly, how did you get started in grant writing? And I want to hear your story because you've been nailing it, and I want to let our audience know about the good things you're doing.
Yeah, so grant writing is actually the very first thing I did out of the box in my career. I have a degree in social work, and um, I just kind of I was always a nerd. I was in English competitive classes and stuff like that when I was in high school. I love writing and love helping people, and so it just seemed like a natural fit to
Yeah,
be
well, that's
writing and
great.
helping people. And I've been doing it for a long time now and had a lot of success. I've done more than $40 million in funding, and so I love it. It's like the career perfect match for me.
That's great. You've been able to help a lot of people, and also you said it's a perfect match for you. And that's beautiful when you can take what you love to do and be able to develop that into a career. What do you love most about it?
I love that there's always something new to learn, so you never stop learning. I love the creative aspect of writing and storytelling. I love the fact that you know that at the end of the day you're helping people, and I love that you can count your results. The only thing that would make it better is if the money came in cash and I could just lay it out on my desk and count it. Like that would be the only thing that could make this possibly better. I love that you can count your results and know how successful you are.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So you got into grant writing a number of years ago, and then our paths came together. I believe you came to a workshop, an in-person workshop that I did in the Fort Worth area a while back. What was that like for you?
Yes, sir. I loved it. It was the best workshop I'd ever been to. The way that you explained out not just how to write a grant. It was your advanced grant writing workshop. It wasn't just about how to write a grant because at that point in my career, I knew how to write a grant. It
Mhm.
was about how to win grants and how to do these extra factors that would make you more successful at winning grants. And things that were really next level and that nobody in my organization, I don't think anybody in our community was really thinking about that before you came. And what's hard about grant writing is there's a lot of grant writing 101 training. If
Yeah.
you don't know anything about grant writing, there's a lot of 101 training out there, but there's not a lot of training once you already know how to write grants. There's not a lot of training after that. So that's what I really
Mhm.
loved about that.
Well, great. And then our paths crossed in that time, and you have been grant writing, and you already had a measure of success, but you're saying the training helped you to go to the next level. How much did you, before you came to the training that we did, how much did you raise at that time? Because I know it was a considerable amount.
Yeah, I think at that point I was at like 15 or 20 million.
Wow.
Um, but I mean, there was a way to get more. There's a way to get
Mhm.
more that I didn't even know. And so that's really what your training taught me.
That's great. And so now you're at the 40 million mark. I
Yes.
just imagine the impact that that money has had on the number of people that it's been able to touch. And which profession which sector of the nonprofit market are you in?
So I've done a lot with mental health, veterans, social services, early childhood education, kids and youth, um, some economic stability type stuff.
No.
I've really done medical, a lot in healthcare.
Okay.
So I've kind of been all over the place.
Wow,
But
that's
that's what
great.
I love. I love learning all of the different content areas.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's good. And you're taking your skill and using it to do a lot of good. So great. Kudos to you in that regard. You came back. We crossed paths again. I think we made
Yeah.
it what? I think you might have we maybe crossed paths again on LinkedIn some years later. And this time you were coming back wanting to launch your business. And I think you've
Yeah.
been doing some business before. Tell me where your business was at before we got a chance to start working together.
Well, it was feast or famine was my business, and people would come to me because I had been really successful in the community, and they'd say, we need help with X. And so I do that. And then, so it was, you know, people would come to me. I didn't do any marketing. I didn't do anything. They would just come to me and say, hey, you're really good at this. I need your help with this for
Okay.
this specific thing. And so I did that for years. Years I did that. But it was never anything that I felt I would ever be able to develop into a business, because it would be like, there would be months where I would be losing my mind because I was so busy, and then there would
Mhm.
be like, it'd be like a year with nothing, and then there would be, and then it would come like a tidal wave again without any like planning at all. It would just all show up at once, and it would all leave at once. And so,
Wow.
what I told you that I really needed was, I need a way to have something that is stable.
Mhm.
If you're talking about launching your own business, and that's what you really helped me figure out.
Wow. So then basically then it was up, down, up, down, up, down. And were you at the time when you were doing it in that kind of feast or famine phase, were you getting the kind of money that you felt like you deserved?
At the time, yes. At the
Okay.
time I was getting what I thought I deserved. The problem was that years later I learned I wasn't getting what I deserved. It wasn't that I was trying to cut anybody a deal intentionally. It was that I was unintentionally cutting a deal with people. So, you live, you learn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is the crazy thing. Sometimes you think, okay, right, I'm really doing it right now, but don't realize, okay, wow, there's so much more. And but that's good. So then you started on the journey. We started working together. What was it like when we first started working together? Because I know it had to be when you're doing something new and you're stepping out to grow a business. I know that sometimes can be scary. What's that like? What was it like when we first started working together?
Man, it was hard. I think that what was the hardest for me was, and something that you really taught me was, I was so nervous that I was going to make the wrong decision, that I was going to make the wrong move. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was terrified that I was going to make the wrong move. And I still remember what you said to me is like, Alex, test it, you know, test it. If it works, keep doing it. If it doesn't, quit doing it. But I was thinking, I had this mindset that I was going to make a decision and it was going to be like the forever decision. And if
Permanent.
I made the wrong decision, it was going to be the end of everything. It's like, no, this is the decision for right now. And if it doesn't work, then I can change it. And there are very few things that I could do that would have this like long term, like devastation that I was envisioning in my head.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was really my mindset from um, switching my mindset to a business owner, which is a
Mm-hmm.
lot different than the mindset of just doing side work. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
what would you say that what was that big difference for you? Like, what was the difference from just doing this as a side thing to doing it as a business for you?
well, so when it was a side thing, how that it was feast and famine didn't matter, right? Because it was just a
Mm-hmm.
side thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, when it's a side thing, you're not thinking about marketing, you're not thinking about getting new clients, you're not thinking
Mm-hmm.
about, um, you're also not thinking about investments that you would make as a business owner. You're just
Mm-hmm.
thinking about, how can I do this all myself? Um, and so it's a pretty big mind shift that you know, and it's not an immediate thing. So like there are still times where I like remind myself, no, like I'm a business owner, and I am not just, this is not just side work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you just really kind of 10x some of your efforts and landed a pretty substantial account. What was that like for you? And take us back to like maybe the largest amount that you had secured in a single client before with a project or whatever. And then fast forward to where you're at now and the type of deals that you're negotiating now.
So, like I said, it was all project based. So I was doing stuff, where it would be like, I'll write you something for $1,000, you know, and
Hmm.
at the time I thought $1,000, man, I'm really doing well, and now, let's say it's more than $1,000 a month that I'm talking about working with people on. And
Okay.
so,
Okay.
so it would be like, I'll do this one thing for you for $1,000 versus saying, I'll do this thing for you and it's going to be, you know, um, a year-long contract or something, and it's going to be more involved in more of what you need to help you get the success
Yeah.
that you really want. Because the other thing that I wasn't really thinking about as side work versus a business owner is what value I provide to somebody. So
Mm-hmm.
when with side work, you come to me and you tell me that you want this one thing done and you will pay me this much money. And I don't really say to you, you think that's the thing that you need? It's not really the thing that you need. The thing that you really need is all of this to come together and for you to
Yes.
think not just about the grants, but about how your organization looks to other people and how often you're communicating with these people. And, so it's really allowed me to, I think, give a better product to
Mm-hmm.
my clients and give them
Mm-hmm.
something that's going to make them more successful than just when I was doing side work and it was just, this is what you told me you wanted and I did it. And you know, they were successful, but they weren't as successful as they could be. And what I'm
Yeah.
able to give them now is making them more successful.
Got it. So the overall thing that you're providing them now is holistically better because you're not allowing them to just kind of pick and choose. Like, hey, I want this, I want that, and kind of telling you what they want. It seems like
Right,
now you're guiding that process for them a lot more.
right,
What
right.
what 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 was that like making a shift? Because you were doing one thing, but now you're doing it differently. How was that shift for you in terms of turning that corner?
You know, at first I was a little trepidatious about it, and it takes a little bit more explaining because people aren't necessarily used to that. But
Uh-huh.
I love it just from the fact, again, like I said, that I know that I'm giving something that's going to make them very, very, very successful and it's going to increase their success rates. Um, and at the end of the day, I do this because I want organizations to be successful and I want to help people. And
Mhm.
um, so it's like, I don't want to go back to the old way because that's not going to make them successful.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So now you're able to provide them a better service. It sounds like you're also able to make more money. And it sounds like you're able to keep that continuous up and down from happening and do things in a much different way. What do you see yourself going now with your business and in the direction that you're heading now in regards to what you're doing?
I see um, getting to the point soon where, I'm going to have to um, think about how I invest better and how I can help more clients
Hmm.
because I will soon get to the point where I'm at capacity with what I am right now. And
Hmm.
so, looking at how I'm going to grow my business so that I can continue to serve more clients, um, that's where I'm going next.
Yeah. And what would you say to someone who's maybe starting out and they're thinking about coaching, but they're kind of like on the fence right now? Did coaching make the difference that you were hoping that it would make? And do you think for others that are thinking about doing something like this, that it could benefit them?
Yeah, I would not have set this up the way that I set it up if I had not had coaching from you. I would still be doing the you come to me and pay me $1,000 for this one thing. Um, and that's not the right way to do it. And that's what I learned from you. I would have no idea how to do marketing. I would have had no idea um, how to have a mindset and have some mental toughness that you talk about. Yes, it was absolutely worth it, and I would not be I would not be doing things the way I'm doing them if I had not had your coaching.
And I'm glad to see you moving forward because you talked about mental toughness, and a lot of people when they're doing a grant business or any business for that matter, let that slip over the head. And that was one of the big things that I had to learn myself, and it's like a very strong pillar. So I'm glad to see that you not only have become mentally tough, but I'm thrilled to see you breaking through with business and getting new clients. And man, if I told you guys the type of deals that she's working on now, just trust me that it's more than, like she said, $1,000 for a project. And I'm really proud of the progress that you've been making. So keep it up. I remember, listen, I cannot forget when you came and you're like, Rodney, I need to make this work. I really need to
Yes,
make this work.
yes,
And,
yes.
and I'm glad to hear that not only is it working, not only did you roll your sleeves up, but you're doing it and you're making an even greater impact. So I'm looking forward to later on, even having you back later on, Alex, and keep on with the continued success. If you are a business and you need somebody who can knock the ball at the ballpark and do grant writing at a very high level, and not just grant writing, as you heard her say, she's already raised 40 some odd $1 million, not just grant writing, but the whole packet, the whole gamut that helps to nurture the process. She's doing things that just your average grant writer is not going to be doing. Okay. She's doing it and she's doing it at a very high level. So how can I get in touch with you, Alex?
Yeah, so my website is www.millionairegrantslady.com. And so that's a great way to get a hold of me. You can also find me on LinkedIn and send me a message there as well. But yeah, that's how you can find me.
That's great. So those businesses out there, you're looking for somebody who can knock it out of the park, go check out the millionairegrantlater.com and roll up your sleeves and reach into your pocket because she's not going to be charging you just a little money. She gets great results. So get ready to pony up. All right. Hey, Alex, thanks again. Congratulations on your success. Continued success. Continue to knock the ball out of the ballpark. And I look forward to seeing great things from you as you're already doing it as well. Okay. All the
Thank you
best.
so much for your help and teaching me so much, Rodney. I really appreciate it.
You're most welcome. Have a great one.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.